we have no choice but to move on with our lives respectively. And I've gained so much experiences of such principle firsthand. And we are all, especially in particular, young men are destined to experience loneliness and to sustain the consequences of loneliness for such a prolonged period of time. It can last maybe a year, maybe two, maybe a few seconds, maybe some brief moments, maybe for the rest of your life. So get prepared for that. And don't try to count on miracles or, God's mercy, because the very fact we are still either standing here or sitting here watching or making the videos already proved that we have already received a sufficient amount of mercy and grace. Even Paul, he said in the first epistles to the Corinthians, my grace is sufficient for you. So I suppose that such biblical verse should already have proven that we can't receive any more grace and mercy from God anymore. Well, maybe on some other occasions that might still occur, but we shouldn't count too much on it. Well, as long as you have a pair of hands, a pair of legs, plus physically intact brain, then we are all expected to undergo countless occasions and moments of despair and hard work and tears, moments of shedding tears, regretful tears, sad tears, tears of loneliness, of depression. Well, I understand the vast majority of young men, probably someone who are nerdy and less of a physical or athletic person tends to keep keep those feelings of depression and suicidal thoughts plus blah 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 to ourselves. I do happen to have found out exactly why my old man, during his lifetime on Earth so rarely spoke of his own distress, his own sadness. Well, only until a month or two before his demise, did I hear, some complaints, some distress calls, from him face to face, saying that he wanted to find, to relocate to a country where euthanasia is legal. I've heard of such saying from him directly in person. Just look into my eyes and you can tell I am not lying. And on such occasion, I had nothing else to say to him for his comfort, except reassuring him that everything will be fine. You will make a recovery. You will make a significant recovery, if not a full recovery, because after all, he'd got some hemorrhage occurred to his brain, and quite similarly, at the moment I am also happening to kind of exhibit some sort of signs of degenerations, in my language ability, cognitive ability, plus my the some amount of zeal and passion in the previous years of my youth. And tonight I am sitting back here at this hotel, still, yes, I'm still trying to figure out my next moves of my life. I do have managed to compile a series of data and aka statistics in relation to the cost of studying at European countries, especially countries that fall within the range of European Union, like Iceland, Switzerland, France, Germany, etc. I will try my best during my spare time and try to compile them into some concise version, and after I take the licensing requirements into consideration, such as the Creative Commons, either they can be used as Creative Commons, either they can be used as works under the license of Creative Commons, or there might be just in public domain. In either case, I will do my best to share them. Yes, to share some of them in a at least simplified and concise manner to you guys. And I believe, since I believe so doing will at least, you know, kind of make me or help me regain focus on things, on something productive, you know, and not degenerating or degenerative, you know, both to my health and to your mood and morale. Yes. Excuse me. So tomorrow is Sunday, and I still don't have I still have yet come up with a specific plan for tomorrow to remain productive and positive. I have pretty much given up on restoring the trust relationship, you know, between, you know, between me and them. Since you know, receiving some medical treatments here for my current mental condition will incur a large amount of you know, expenses, which I don't think I could afford, or at least, if not expenses, but personal favors will also render me utterly helpless and then unable to return, you know, to do the return favor. I hate owning, you know, more people, more favors. Even during times of despair and distress. Well, perhaps yes, quite much likely, deep inside my heart, I still, you know, I still possess a trace amount of pride, maybe even a large amount of pride, you know, and you know, desire for at least some respect from others. But with my current condition, with my current status quo, that no longer remains an option. And well, I haven't checked my Discord. Sorry if that could disappoint you. Well, especially those who have been paying, yes, close attention to my channel and my recent status. Well, I'm afraid I won't be, you know, I won't be so, you know, so swift to respond to your questions and inquiries, because you know, I am still doing my utmost best to, you know, to maintain my current circadian rhythm. At least you know, go to bed or try to fall asleep at no later than say 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. in the, you know, in the morning, and try to get up at no later than 10:30. You know, in fact, today I got up at around, yes, nearly 9 o'clock, yeah, 8:53 or something, and then I kind of when to take a dump, but it there wasn't any dump until the until I after I had lunch. Yes, and yes, in the meantime, yes, I derped with my iPad, reading Wikipedia and yes, the electronic versions of the Bible. Yes, using my iPad. Yes, while I attempted to take a dump, and pee. Yeah, that was pretty much, yes. That has pretty much become my ordinary daily, my ordinary morning routine after I resurrect from my hibernations. Perhaps, yeah. I should, do a bit of more exercises. Aerobic exercises, including but are not limited to jogging, running, doing some push-ups. Well, I used to do push-ups while I was at my fourth camping site as a shelter, and that lasted, yes, around, yes, 2 months. But I didn't see. I just didn't see it. It bore much fruit, so I quit it. So I quit. So I quit on doing exercises. At least, yes, at the moment, and yeah. So overall, I still consider myself quite nerdy, though I didn't do so well in terms of academic performances back in the days of uni, and neither did I do exceptionally well in my academics while I was in high school. Well, for my A levels, I didn't even score B. My highest score was C for chemistry. I will try to find the result slip for my A levels. Yes, and attach the image to this video so that you guys can see I am always telling the truth. Well, even if there might be some occasions where I just have to lie about certain confidential information. Well, but more often than not, I will just let you guys know that I have to withhold certain information, so that I won't have to lie, so that I won't have to continue my life as a shitty liar, right? Sorry, I just now I almost reckoned that I even forgot how to spell liar. Jesus, man. Jesus, yeah. Damn it. So I also heard the news that saying there has been a second wave of COVID-19 outbreak in Beijing, the capital city of China, And my current city, is quite situated in quite close proximity to Beijing. While by the bullet train it takes no more than two hours from my current city to Beijing. And but that doesn't even matter for the moment, as to me, because I don't even know if I could get to Beijing without any travel restrictions imposed upon me. It has gotten quite ugly in Beijing, judged by my own perception. So, well, in case you happened to be a foreigner currently residing in China, then I strongly advise you to endure your life as a hikikomori, or someone who prefers to hide in his or her room. You try to hide in your room for as long as you must, until you can make sure that there are no travel restrictions imposed upon you, lest you waste your precious and hard-earned money on fines, on the return tickets. Well, in some cases, the authorities might even pay for your return tickets if you were found to if the travel restrictions apply to you. Well, for foreigners, of course, such I believe such preferential treatment will never apply to Chinese nationals. But maybe in the future, we'll see. Well, but honestly, I don't think much of it. Yeah. So thank you again for watching and listening. It's time for me to hibernate again. Bye bye. Cheers. Good night.